Hi, I'm Albert Pasaoa.
Hello, my name is Kevin Jefferies.
And this is the 635 Podcast. The 635 Podcast is about local politics, economics, and social and cultural issues in the Alvin Community College area. The views expressed on the show are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of Alvin Community College. Welcome to the 635 Podcast. We're here at ACC main campus right outside the G building.
Hello.
This is Kevin, and then off screen is Karina Lovas, Jeffrey, I almost got you.
Doesn't matter, everybody does
Kevin Jeffries.
Thank you, Alfred.
And we're going to be asking students to answer some presidential questions. But before we do that, we're going to do a test run on Kevin. So, Kevin and Karina, take it away.
Kevin, who was the only president to go on to be Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court?
That would be William Howard Taft.
Yeah, and he didn't want to be president, right?
I don't believe he did.
His wife wanted him to be president.
His wife.
She wanted to be first lady.
You know who else didn't want him to be president?
Who?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes.
Or at least for a second term.
The only thing anyone makes fun of Taft about is the bathtub thing. But
And
he was
apparently
actually quite
it is,
a good judge.
Yeah. Apparently he did get stuck in a bathtub.
See, I
Apparently
heard that he didn't actually get stuck in a bathtub.
I've heard.
He had like a personally made bathtub.
Well, afterwards. That's my understanding. My understanding is that is not incorrect.
Yeah.
But we can look it up.
Yeah.
We've got the Google.
I just want to defend him.
Yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with being stuck in a bathtub.
Okay, fair enough.
Doesn't need defending.
We've all
maybe.
had our issues with.
Bathtubs. I don't take baths.
You should. It's not fun.
I might get stuck.
TMI. Okay.
Which two presidents were born in Texas? So both Bushes claim Texas, but they were
Yes.
not from Texas. But do you know who was actually born here?
George Washington?
No.
No. Sorry.
Close.
The other Washington. Not John Philip Sousa.
No.
Okay. No, that
Who
was-
was a president I'm not familiar with.
Okay. Well. Oh, one would be Lyndon Johnson.
Yes.
Yes. Now, when we're saying born in Texas, we don't mean raised in Texas.
Right.
Better location.
Okay.
Yes.
Out of the bay.
Yes.
That would be Dwight Eisenhower.
Right, Eisenhower. Do you know
Wow.
where he grew up? What state did he claim?
I believe it was Kansas.
It was Kansas. I
Yes,
think
he claimed Kansas.
I think Eisenhower's Kansas' only presidential claim to fame.
I think you might be right, since Bob Dole didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, Bob Dole could have been.
Bob Dole.
I forgot about Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
R.I.P.
Bob Dole didn't forget about Bob Dole.
No. Which president achieved the rank of Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts?
Ooh. Eagle Scout. I want to say Gerald Ford.
It was Gerald Ford. In fact, he was very proud of the fact that he was a Boy Scout, and he had 400 Boy Scouts to be ushers at his funeral.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
nice.
That's very nice.
Lots of Eagle Scouts came from all over the country to
To bury
attend
him.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you know the 4 presidents that died of natural causes? So not assassinated, but
Okay.
natural causes in their presidency.
Well, William Henry Harrison, he
Very
was
good.
president for about, what, 30 minutes?
32 days, yes.
Something like that.
About 30 minutes in the scheme of
Okay.
things. I don't know
Now-
how much presidencing he did.
There are
'cause he
rumors.
was so sick.
I know that one of the answers is Zachary Taylor, but
Yes.
there are apparently rumors.
Yes.
I think he was interred actually at some point to see whether he was actually poisoned.
Uh-huh.
So I don't, so there's
But
that.
we count him.
Okay.
But yes, there are rumors that he was poisoned, but I don't think they found anything.
I don't think they did either. I don't think that, but there were those rumors.
He drank like warm milk and like cherries or something, which sounds really gross.
Yeah. Well, it was a thing back then.
Sure.
Well, what do they think he died of?
So people think that somebody poisoned like his cherries.
And how did he actually die?
He was like some sort of
Choked.
gastro.
On-
No, it was like some sort of gastro and like colitis or something.
Choked on his vomit.
Oh,
Well, he was a musician also. You didn't know that?
no. I thought he was like super sick.
Well, yeah, but you know, he
He
was
eventually?
a drummer. He was one of the drummers of Spinal Tap at one point. All right, I'm sorry. Now you understand why I'm a popular
Yeah.
government instructor. They learn things they
They
don't
learn things
learn
that
anyplace else.
None of those kids get that reference.
I believe
Not
either
one of them.
Coolidge or Harding, one of those guys died.
The second one.
Harding.
Yeah. Do you know?
And of course Franklin Roosevelt.
Yes.
Yes.
So Harding had a heart attack, I believe.
Oh
He was not very well liked, so no one remembers him.
So no one.
And then
He was popular at the moment. I mean, at that period of time.
well,
I
wasn't
guess
he wasn't there the big corruption scandal? He
Yeah,
kinda, like, died in the
well,
midst
you
of
know,
it.
yeah.
Twas the time.
You know how.
Do you know the 4 assassinated presidents?
Ooh, not personally.
I mean, successfully assassinated.
Successfully assassinated.
Success. Oh,
But there was
that's
a couple
another one.
attempts.
4 of them.
There
Okay.
was a couple
Attempts,
attempts.
including
Two
Ford
were
twice.
obvious.
Ford twice
Ford
by
twice
Manson
within,
girls.
Yeah, by Manson girls.
Yeah.
That'd be a great band name.
It really would
The
be.
Manson girls. And of course,
One
they
of-
probably think
after
Maryland.
Ford died, they let one of the girls out of prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never. There was assassination attempt on Ford.
Yeah,
Two.
she fired a
Two
shot
within
off.
like-
she
within
fired
like 2
a
months.
shot off and missed.
Never
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. So, oh, and you know, one of the trivia things about that is the man who apparently grabbed the gun
Uh-huh.
and redirected
Uh-huh.
the trajectory of the bullet. So everybody got to know who he was. This is in the
Uh-huh.
mid-70s, and turns out he was gay.
Oh,
And that kind of
scandal.
just, well, it's, you know, there went his
One of the guys who
career.
grabbed the gun,
Yeah.
The guy who grabbed the gun.
Yeah, so it missed him.
and then it came out he was gay, and that
Yes.
tanked his career.
Yeah, it was in the
Yes.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
It's not good to know back then. All right, the first one. Was Lincoln the first one to be
No,
assassinated?
there's one before him.
There was one before him who was assassinated?
This
Wow.
poor guy would
Okay.
have lived today, but
Before Lincoln?
before Lincoln.
He like died of tetanus from
No,
the graze
I'm
or
sorry.
something.
I think you're thinking...
No, it was after Lincoln. I'm sorry.
It was,
It wa-
and it was Garfield.
Garfield, yeah.
Apparently
Garfield
it took
was
a long
1880.
time. They're
A
sticking
whole
their
summer,
fingers
yeah.
in his, yeah.
And Alexander Graham Bell like built an X-ray to try
Yeah.
to find the bullet because they were obsessed with getting the bullet out. But
Yeah.
the bullet could have just been in
They
there.
should have just left it there.
Yeah. I've read that doctors and stuff have said that if he had that gunshot wound today,
Yeah.
he wouldn't even have to stay overnight. He would have been, released.
That's the story also with a lot of the people like who were killed in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Shot in the
infection.
gut.
So
All right, okay.
Who shot? I mean, why? What was their motive, or do they know the motive?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
can't remember the guy's
Gutteau.
name. The
Charles
story
Gutteau.
that is told
Yeah.
a disgruntled office seeker.
He wanted to be ambassador to France.
Yes, and but this was apparently one of the things that pushed the was it the Pendleton Act?
Yes,
I can't
the
remember,
Civil
but the
Service.
Civil Service Act. Yeah.
So in his honor, a couple years, he was assassinated in 1881. In 1883, they passed the Civil Service Reform Act, which created the merit system or the civil service test for getting hired to work for the federal government.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
there is a positive, I
Yeah,
guess.
and there's things you have to do.
So
like
that was
you
an
wanna be-
attempt for security,
Yeah.
partly.
Well, minimize corruption.
Yeah.
Minimize.
'Cause that guy was not qualified to be the ambassador to France or whatever he wanted to be.
He didn't even like to eat snails, so that
He was
automatically
also an
makes him
anarchist.
an anarchist.
In the
And I
States.
believe an anarchist also killed William McKinley.
Yes.
Yes.
So
who would be our
Lincoln,
third?
Garfield,
McKinley, and of course, most recently.
yes. The last president to die in office.
You know, here's some other trivia.
Yes.
Trivia. I
Tell
said
me.
trivia. All right, that led to the ratification of the 25th Amendment,
Yes.
which of course has been in the news, was in the news, because it provides an alternative way for a president to be removed from office. But
Yes.
the key thing here, the original Constitution said nothing about the vice president becoming president.
Yes. It was.
It said you assume the duties of the office, but you
Uh-huh.
don't become president. Now it was just a formality.
Yes, I thought
But-
it was going to be like a caretaker role, right?
Yes. Now, apparently, though, and I don't know if this was necessarily, a wrong thing for Johnson to worry about, but he thought that Kennedy people were going to try to use that little caveat or that omission
Uh-huh.
in the Constitution to deny him the ability to
Oh, I
become
didn't know that he was
president.
worried about it.
That's why. Well, it's one of the reasons apparently why he wanted to get sworn in
Yeah,
immediately.
I've always heard that he got sworn in immediately.
That big picture.
And poor, what's her name? Jacqueline was.
What's her name? How soon?
I was
forget?
thinking
How soon we
Lady
forget?
Bird, and I was like, no, that's his wife.
Yeah,
Wait, was she there?
I
Lady
guess
Bird?
she was.
Yeah.
If you see that photograph.
Yeah.
And then, so counting, like when somebody takes over from an assassinated president, does that time they serve as president count in terms of the term limits?
If
Like-
it's less than 2, no. If it's more than 2, yes.
Yes. So you can technically be president for 10 years.
Okay.
So Johnson could have run for another term.
He was.
And he wanted them to
considering.
beg him,
Yeah.
but they did not.
He lost early primaries to.
So it's
Kennedy.
because of the Vietnam War, Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Also, the South turned on him. Because remember, the South was solidly Democrat at this point. They voted only for Democrats. But, he had signed the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, all that stuff. And so he had lost support of a lot of the kind of diehard South. So, put him in a tough spot. Okay, a more pop culture question for you.
Okay.
What president was offered a spot on 2 NFL teams but declined to coach while he was in law school for the college team?
NFL. So
Yeah.
the NFL, when did that first start? It's been about 100 years or so.
The NFL's been around?
1920s?
I think so.
I think in the 1920s.
1920s.
Wow. Okay.
So let's think about which ones could have been
Yeah.
a football player. Roosevelt, a little old. Truman. Eisenhower could. Well, he was too old by that time. But
Yeah.
he, if you go through West Point,
Yeah.
you're
He was
kind
definitely-
of a stud.
I like your
Athletic.
process of elimination.
Well, we're
Athletically-
trying to remember one after the other.
Athletically.
Kennedy, I think, had other things to do other than playing.
Sure.
Yeah,
He
it
also was kind of in ill health,
He was, yes,
sickly.
chronic back pain,
Oh.
apparently. So, after him, Johnson, I don't think he cared about sports.
was a
Nixon, Ford. I'm going to say Ford.
Very good. Yes, Gerald
Excellent,
Ford.
Gerald Ford.
He was a star football player for the University of Michigan.
Terrific.
Loved the University of
Yes,
Michigan.
Yes.
And was offered to play for the Lions and the Packers. Could have been Green Bay Packer, but decided to go to law school at Yale instead and coach their team for 6 semesters, and then he got his law degree.
Were any presidents drafted into like baseball teams or anything? I know that
Or was it the football?
Herbert Walker Bush apparently is quite the athlete.
Oh yeah, we like baseball, right?
Yeah.
He played
Yeah, he was a big baseball guy.
Apparently
college
good.
baseball.
Yeah,
And
apparently
W. Bush
good.
was a cheerleader,
But there you go.
which people make fun of, but there's a lot of athletic
There's a lot
prowess
of,
that.
absolutely.
What was he doing? Was he like? I guess they're lifting, right? If you're a
Yeah.
male cheerleader.
I don't think there was a lot of women on the Yale.
Oh, was it
I
all
think
male
it- I think
cheerleading?
it was.
Yeah, I guess it
don't
could
know. I
be.
don't know.
Well, they do at A&M still. Except they call them
They're not
yell.
cheerleaders; they're yell leaders.
Yell. Excuse me. You're right.
I'm from South Station, so
Exactly.
it's a part of.
It's a.
we get quizzes
they
as
yell.
children about what they're called.
They're not cheerleaders.
They're not cheerleaders.
It's not a cheer.
And they don't do. They don't. I mean,
They
they
don't
just sort of like yell
cheer.
chants. They don't like do cheerleading.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't. They don't have the athletic ability that like a cheerleader does.
But they're very bro.
They are.
Yeah.
Very bro.
Bro, yeah.
You
It's
know,
more of a
I think that's
Braveheart type.
Yes.
Thing. Yeah.
exactly. You have another?
Yes. Who do you think was the first president to be born as a U.S. citizen and not in the British colonies? So this would be.
So that makes a lot of sense. So someone like Washington
No.
or Adams, they were born
Yeah.
in, okay.
So it couldn't have been a founder.
Well, let's think about how, and you have to be, here we go. We can eliminate people by the minimum age, right?
Yes.
How old do you have to be a president?
35.
35. So what's...
But very few of them are in their 30s.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Would we go from 1776 or 1787 or 1789 when we would start the clock?
They officially say 1776.
Okay, so
But
if we do that, then
I
that
agree
means
that it should be 1783 when the war ends.
Or-
Or 1789 when the Constitution begins.
But if it's 76, then 1811. Is that right? Am I doing my math correctly?
You know what?
No. Yeah.
Sure.
I think 1811. All right. So who was born after 1811?
No,
Well-
this is a hint. He was not born after 1811. He was born in the 1780s. But he was president.
Well, I mean elected.
Yeah.
Elected, not born. I'm sorry. Elected. Jackson? Andrew Jackson.
No, Jackson.
No?
Jackson was a little kid who did stuff for the Revolutionary War. Remember, he was.
They could have given him a pass. No, I guess you can't do that. So Jackson. Would it be before Jackson was another Adams?
It was around. It was around Jackson.
Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren,
Very
very
good,
good.
very good.
Yeah, so he was born in 1783.
Okay.
In 1782.
Okay.
No, I don't know. This question is near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Which university is the only Texas school to have graduated a U.S. president?
LSU.
Yes, famously a Texas school.
Don't help me.
I won't.
Not University of Oklahoma. That's just their football team. Okay. Oh, I know the answer to this.
Yeah.
And it's not what you would expect.
No.
Because you would expect like UT or actually, you know what? A&M. Rick Perry apparently was the first governor in
Yes.
Texas to have graduated from A&M, which is surprising.
I know, since it's,
Since A&M's been around forever.
it really is.
But not surprising if you're familiar with that, you know. UT, U of H, Rice, Sam Houston, University of Texas at San Antonio. It's a school in San Marcos. San Marcos State, San Marcos,
Yes.
Texas
it is
State
the school.
University.
Texas State
Texas State University.
But it was actually called something different. Good morning. Do you have time to answer a presidential trivia question? Have some candy?
Sure, but I'm not going to get anything right.
That's not with that
Oh.
attitude.
I don't
We don't get anything
much history lately.
Do you mind being on a video podcast?
Oh God, sure.
You want to take a guess? Who was president for the shortest amount of time?
Shortest?
Who do you think had the shortest presidency?
Is it James Madison?
It is not James Madison. But who's your second guess?
I'm not sure.
It's actually William Henry Harrison. He died in office 32 days after he was
Wow.
inaugurated, so he didn't last very long. He had pneumonia and he got sicker and sicker. They didn't have antibiotics back then. You get it. But yeah, now you know. So it's President's Day today. So help yourself with some candy if you'd like.
Thank you.
You want to try another one, or are you?
One more.
One more?
Now I'm invested.
No, you haven't been tested. You want to take a guess of the only president to, after he was president, to be the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court?
Is it one of the Roosevelts?
It's not one of the Roosevelts.
But there those two.
The Franklin Roosevelt actually died in office, so he didn't go on to do anything.
William Taft?
Yeah, it's actually William Taft. He decided he liked doing that more. He was appointed the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Wow,
Very
that's
good.
awesome. All right, thank you.
Yeah, help yourself with some candy if you'd like.
Have a going, guys.
Thank you too. Happy President's Day.
One of the justices in the Supreme Court was the first pick in the NFL and
Oh, I
to
don't-
the
I
Pittsburgh
don't know. Who is
Steelers.
it?
Byron White.
Oh, okay.
Byron White.
Do you know the two presidents born in Texas? So it's not the Bushes. They claim Texas, but they're not
exactly.
from here.
No, there's Eisenhower and Johnson.
Yeah, very good. I know you would get that one.
Yeah, Texas.
Which president achieved the week?
Well, it
Eagle
couldn't be
Scout.
Harrison or
No.
Taylor.
No,
I'm not going to say. I'll say Gerald Ford again.
it is, yeah.
Yeah. W's. He achieved a few other things.
He achieved some things. He actually, I think he was a Cub Scout, but he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't go all the way. Which presidents died in office of natural causes?
Natural.
Natural.
Let's see. W?
Keep in mind, this is for undergrads.
I think it's.
Not for you.
I'm pretty sure it's B. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So good old William Henry Harrison, Taylor Harding.
Hey, we got some officers here. Could they answer some?
Sure. Do you want to answer
What you guys
a presidential trivia question?
Oh my god.
This is going to be a podcast too, so you get to show off some of your
Okay,
skills.
police officers. Here, you go ahead.
Don't worry. I bet Kevin will give you a hint.
And there are
if you need
prizes
one.
too if you could answer 3.
What president do you think was offered a spot to play for 2 NFL teams, but he declined to coach a college team while he was in law school? So a hint is not really at law school because all these guys went to law school, but
Yeah.
who do you think was the most athletic president? I'll give you a hint that He was not president while you were alive.
D. Dave.
Yeah.
D?
Not president when I was alive?
Yeah.
Okay. Then D.
Yeah. Very good, Gerald Ford. So he actually played for Michigan. He was offered to play for the Packers and the Lions, and he declined to go to law school and coach while he was in law school. What about, who do you think had the shortest presidency?
The shortest.
Yes. I'll give you a hint that he was also the first president to die in office.
To die in office.
The first, not the last.
The first one.
Yeah.
If you adjust that question around a little bit, the shortest president apparently was James Madison. He was about 5 feet tall.
Oh. I didn't know that.
So is that the answer?
Well, I'll take it. That he was the shortest in stature.
C or D.
It's actually C, William Henry Harrison.
Okay.
He died of pneumonia about 32 days into his presidency. So
Wow,
real short,
okay.
real quick. You want to try another one? Who do you think was the first president to be born a citizen and not in the colonies?
To be born a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, so he was born after the U.S. becomes independent and not as a British citizen.
That's a good question.
You have a guess?
I would say C. Charlie.
B or C?
You say
I
C?
say C.
C? It's actually C, yeah, Martin Van Buren.
Okay.
Okay.
He was born in the 1780s, so he was the first president to be born after the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all want some candy?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah? Candy? You want to try?
Let me do one more.
Okay. What university is the only university in Texas to have graduated a U.S. president? Do you know this one?
Oh.
If you get it wrong, I'll be a little bit sad, a little offended, but that's okay.
Wow.
Perhaps I also graduated from this institution, this fine institution of learning.
It was the name. It
It was a different name.
Yes.
It still counts. Still counts.
It wasn't that name. Was it A?
Yeah.
Southwest Texas.
Yeah.
That's
Well, so
okay.
when he graduated from it was actually Southwest Texas Teachers College.
Gotcha.
But then it was Southwest Texas and then became Texas State. So.
Then after that, he went down to the valley to teach.
Yeah. Or
He
not quite
was
the
in
valley.
Houston for a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like right. It was kind of
Gotcha.
like west of San Marcos is where he taught.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
it wasn't
okay.
quite the valley, but it was.
It was
a-
mostly a
yeah.
bunch of Hispanic students.
Yeah, very good.
Really influential.
Do y'all want some candy?
Oh, no,
or
I'm
some
good.
prizes?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. We just
Yep.
wanted to see what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, it's perfect right here. This little piece.
I know.
I know, it's got drips of rain
It's
though,
fun.
but we'll
Start
see.
raining.
I know.
I guess
Little
electronics
hold on.
first, right? Everyone's congrats.
I know. The weather app said
Y'all
it
don't
was.
have a tent or something?
No.
Or...
We're gonna have to retreat. There's that alcove that we can move to if we have
Oh,
to.
okay.
I'll briefly, we'll see.
Well,
We'll
I
see.
hope y'all have a good day. I
Thank
hope
you,
it,
too.
You know,
Thank you for the quiz.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. 'cause,
now you know. That could be a
Now I
Jeopardy.
know.
Could be a Jeopardy question eventually.
Who is the first American-born president? Not a British citizen, not British colonies, American-born.
I don't know the answer.
Yes. It would be someone who was president
Andrew
around
Jackson, prior,
after.
after.
So this is a way of finding out. Do you know the president after Jackson?
No, I don't. No,
Martin
no.
Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren.
Here, I'm just going to pick around here. This one, well, which president made Christmas a national holiday? Right after the Civil War.
This is more history than government for me.
Yeah, but still. It's about presidents. Trivia about presidents.
Okay, so who was?
Grant. Old
Ulysses,
Whi-
Ulysses Grant.
Ulysses. Well, I guess it would be Ulysses. Old Whitey was the beloved horse of which president? This is I hate questions like this, but they're kind of fun. All right, this president, who had Old Whitey, was also the general during the Mexican-American War. So he spent time in
Taylor.
South Texas. Taylor.
Yes.
Zachary Taylor.
Let's go.
Who was now, one of the questions we had here was he was one of the 4 to die of natural causes.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
Taylor. William Henry Harrison. Okay. Oh, there's different types of natural causes.
Ooh, which president and his wife attended Napoleon's coronation at Notre Dame Cathedral? So that would be around.
It's just.
All right.
I don't
So you'd
do-
have to know.
I do more modern history than.
Modern history.
Well,
All
now,
right,
now we know how to
what
stump you.
tweet was made?
The first tweet. Well, yeah, that would be a question. Which president,
All
sent
right,
out the
ask
first
him-
tweet?
ask him one of-
Which president had never been elected to any other office?
Trump.
Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's history to me.
Oh, which president donated all of his presidential salary and his congressional salary before that to charity?
Kennedy.
Trump.
Kennedy.
No, because it said congressional before that.
Was it? Who was it? Kennedy.
Hi. Would you like to answer some President's Day trivia and possibly win a prize, like a T-shirt or any of this bling and candy?
What kind of trivia?
President's Day.
It's
Today
President's
is
Day.
President's Day.
Oh, I'm not gonna get any of them.
Well, you might.
You can still win.
Let's see.
Oh,
Make sure
our
she
meeting
can
is
see it
over.
also. So.
Okay.
Which is the only president to go on to become Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court?
I'm gonna go with William Howard Taft.
You went well. You went in the right direction.
Okay.
Which 2 presidents were born in Texas? No Bushes were born in Texas.
Which
That became president.
2 presidents?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
One was president in the 1960s.
in the 1960s.
The other was president in the 1950s.
Oh my God, I can't even remember.
Number 50s, Elvis. 60s, more like the Beatles.
Yes, 60s. I know the president's name. I just can't think of it. I'm on put on the spot. I'll have to skip that one.
Let's try again now. This guy has the one in the 60s was Vice President Kennedy, became Kennedy after, became president after Kennedy was killed.
I'm sorry. Oh, Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes!
Yeah, I knew that.
Now the other one was also general,
A general.
a general of the armed forces, Allied commander during World War II. He was born in Denton and his family moved to Kansas when he was like about a year old or so.
Huh? Eisenhower. Eisenhower?
Yes! See, you know all this.
I haven't taken a history class since I was in high school.
Oh, all right. One more?
Yeah, sure.
Here, not this one. Let's see. Do another. How about this one? Which presidency was the shortest? Which of these?
Oh, that's
president?
William Henry Harrison.
There you go. You got them all.
That's the guy that did a speech and he didn't want to wear a coat and then he died, right? Like right afterwards. Is that
Let that be a lesson to all of
it?
us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, there you go.
So you win a prize, and you also automatically get candy.
Please, or
We have books. We have ACC
Stardust.
paraphernalia. This is a coaster. We got like a tag, a T-shirt,
Oh.
a little planner, or just some candy.
Okay. I'll just take the camera.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
awesome.
These are trivia questions from the Library of Congress, which
All right.
is a library next to Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
Are they going to answer
Hey,
collectively?
hey,
It's the
guy.
largest holding of books and documents and articles in the world.
Yeah, unless they drop them, and then
Congress.
All right, which one of you guys want to come up first to answer a
Or we
question?
can. How about we just do it?
All right,
in
why don't you
general?
step forward?
ready.
All right.
Here you go. All right.
Okay.
So who was the first president to ride in a car to his inauguration?
Harding?
That's a good guess. That is a good guess, because that's around the time that
That's an excellent guess. That's an excellent guess. I like it.
Warren G. Harding.
Damn!
Nice.
29th president, on March 4th, 1921, Harding became the first president to ride to and from his inauguration.
That was a guess.
But it's a good one. It's in the 20s,
We have
right?
some, we have some things to wait till I was right or I was wrong.
You were
No,
right.
you were right. You got it right.
Yeah, it was
Like,
Warren G.
come on.
Coolidge. Okay, so next question. Which president and wife hold the record for longest married first couple?
Anyone? What? Anyone?
Can I give a hint?
Yes. I don't know this one.
They are both still alive.
Yeah.
What was the question? They're both still alive.
I was
If
gonna
you could be a tree.
I was gonna go
I'm
with
sorry, that's a different
food
question.
brand.
Which president and his wife hold the record for the longest married first couple?
Hey, what's going on?
They're still alive.
And they are still alive.
The Obamas?
No. No.
The second Bushes.
No.
No.
They're not even gonna.
No,
they're
I know.
not
I was
gonna-
gonna say, I said the second Bush.
Carter.
Yes! Dude!
Carter's
Save,
still alive.
save some IQ for someone or other people, man.
I thought it was the Bushes, but I was like, it was the first.
Yeah, well, you
Bushes.
thought wrong. All right.
I was thinking like the
Which,
first.
yeah, well, obviously, but yeah. Which president donated all of his presidential salary and his congressional salary before that to charity?
Trump. Congress.
This is the thing, Congress. Trump did not serve in Congress.
Oh.
Oh, Congress.
I don't think you really donated anything out of it.
So his presidential salary and his congressional salary.
Yes. So it was a president who also served in Congress, which is not all of them. Obama did, Clinton did not, W. Bush did not, Herbert Walker did,
Say Ronald Reagan.
Johnson did, Reagan did not serve in Congress.
Governor.
He was a governor.
He was the governor.
Who
That was
else?
in California. I know.
Eisenhower did not serve in Congress.
Obama served in Congress, right?
Obama served in Congress, but
We didn't know.
no. Kennedy served in Congress. Truman
Was
had.
LBJ?
No.
That was LBJ.
The answer is related, though.
To
in a
LBJ.
way, to LBJ. Not related
Like,
you know,
oh, related to.
in terms of tenure.
Eisenhower?
Maybe it is.
Is it Kennedy?
Yes, it is.
I didn't think it would be him because he, you know, yeah.
You see, here, this is one of the things you need to learn. If you like get a wrong answer or something, or you think you might have got, don't elaborate on it with other people.
Oh, I know, yeah,
Keep
I
that
know.
to yourself.
I know.
Yes,
And on the
Don't-
flip side, when you score one when you weren't really sure, act like you knew what you were
Yes, yes. Look,
Yeah.
that's what you
Yeah.
that's what you learn in an environment like this, right? Okay. Which president put up the first Christmas tree in the White House?
Oh.
He is related to the answer to another trivia question.
We've answered already, or do we have an answer?
Haven't answered yet,
Haven't answered.
but just to let you know.
That's not helpful.
It is not helpful.
Well,
Herring.
I'm not always helpful.
This is true.
I'm not always helpful.
I've
No.
heard it before. It was not like,
I'll put it this way. This person's great-grandfather had been president, and he's an answer to a trivia question.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Which one?
Madison's grandfather wasn't president. In fact, Madison's grandfather would have been like, I don't know,
Before.
before there was a United States. That's what we meant. Yeah.
It was Roosevelt, right? FDR?
No.
No.
No, Franklin Roosevelt's grandfather was not president.
No, he's related to Theodore because they are.
That's
Right.
That's right. They have a weird relationship. Got it.
They had a weird relationship.
You're right.
Anybody want? It was in the. He was president in the 1800s, late 1800s. All right. Tell you what.
Over Cleveland.
Let's switch now. Let's look at the other one. All right. So this person's grandfather served the shortest presidency.
Oh God, his grandfather's William Harrison because he lasted.
Yes. So the
his
grandson's
grandson.
name was.
Oh God, he was after Lincoln, wasn't he?
Yes.
Right. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. He was Lincoln's vice president when he got shot.
Oh. Johnson?
No, not Johnson.
He was just acknowledging that he was
Johnson's-
after Lincoln.
Yes.
Not,
yes.
not directly after.
Yes. Johnson was not
But he's
William
related to
Henry
William
Harrison.
Harrison.
Yes. Now his grandfather. Now it's not often this way, but a lot of times grandfathers and grandsons share the last name.
Yes.
Sometimes.
And that was the situation here. Not always. Not
Not
always. Not always.
I'm tempted, but I don't want to take.
You don't want to.
Stick yourself out there, Jay.
You know, you can do it.
William Henry Harrison.
William Henry Harrison was the answer to the first question, the
grandfather.
shortest.
So
He was the
his
grandfather.
grandson.
Who's the grandson?
Who's his grandson?
Okay.
And he may or may not have the same family name. The answer.
So it's Harrison, but like which Harrison? Who Harrison?
Rex.
George Harrison.
It's Rex Harrison.
Rex Harrison.
The
George Harrison?
actor, the British actor, also a British actor. No, it's not Rex Harrison.
It was the Beatle, George Harrison.
It was George Harrison, yes. Actually, more trivia. His great-grandson later learned how to play guitar and joined the band. Give up?
Yeah, I give up.
His first name is very similar to the other person, the same as the only other conceivable first president for the United States. But he was too old to serve, considered. And he died shortly after.
He liked the words, he liked the ladies.
He liked the ladies. He invented the battery.
Among other things.
He did,
Among other things.
among other things.
Did he invent
The Gulf current, measured the Gulf current, figured out that lightning was electricity.
Benjamin Harrison.
Guessed it. No, I'm not. Guessed in
There you go,
Fish's
Benjamin
Salad.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Benjamin Harrison. You
I
said
have no idea.
Oh, I love this one. Which president, and how would you know the answer to this, but it's still fun. Let's think about personalities here. Which one would be a boisterous enough person to do such a thing? Which president hated his painted portrait so much that he eventually burned it?
Awesome.
I did not.
I don't know this at all.
He,
I don't know how presidents think
all right. He is also related to the answer to another question, and the question that he's related to is one of the 4 people to have been assassinated as presidents. See if you can answer that, and then we'll come back to this guy. This guy was the vice president for one of those people,
The vice president for one of the assassins.
one of the assassinated individuals. So who are the assassinated presidents?
Kennedy, Lincoln.
Lincoln was assassinated, yeah. When after that, Garfield was second.
Garfield
Who
was
was
second.
third?
One more.
2.
Oh, they already got Lincoln.
I already said Kennedy.
Oh, Kennedy. I didn't hear
Kennedy was
Kennedy. I
the
didn't hear Kennedy. What's the other one? This person's campaign set records for campaign spending that would not be broken for another 30 years.
Spent so much money.
What time period was this?
Around the turn of the 19th into the 20th century.
Yeah, see, these are World Civ people. So this guy had a tariff that really jacked up American Hawaii sugar producers.
Okay.
His boss would have been very, very pro-corporate. One of the first major pro-corporate.
Oh, I know this guy. McKinley.
McKinley. And his vice president, who became president after he...
Theodore.
Who hated his portrait so much that he eventually burned it? Yes.
Remember the original quote? Bombastic. Maybe.
For his official White House portrait, Theodore Roosevelt chose the famed French portraiture artist Theobald Chartrand, who had early done portraits of the First Lady Edith Roosevelt and Alice Roosevelt. It was difficult to get the president to stand still, he said. I never had a more restless, more charming sitter. Roosevelt, however, hated the painting, and after hiding it in the dark hall of the White House for years, he eventually burned it.
He was a man of action.
He was a man of action. How many more?
We do have recordings of him, and he sounds pretty crazy.
Oh, and he's like,
He's like the only person we have like his voice.
Very high pitched voice.
everyone. All right, I've seen some adjustments, so they're wondering how much of that is just recording equipment.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's somewhere he's like, actually, yeah, there's this one. I think it's, yeah, cool. Hadoo.
I know a lot of people.
How many more?
All right, give us a couple more, and give us some Sour Patch, and we're going to go off and talk about global commerce in the 16th century.
All right, let's go for prizes now. Like, let's actually maybe
I
one
think
question we get something right.
I think all of these
Let's
things.
make it warmed up.
The other prize, the other prize
They get one
is
right, they win it.
holding the chairs.
All right,
and
let's
putting
go
up
for reals and step up that way one at a time. Let's go and see who can win.
Okay. Should
All right,
we go like right
some-
to left or like?
Well, somebody step up. Whoever wants to go.
Which
All right.
president?
All right, here we go.
Which,
Yeah.
do you swear?
Why are you
I swear on George Bush.
Which president was often mocked in the press for his unkempt appearance? They never say kempt. I try when I go out at night. I try to be as kempt as possible.
What time period was this?
The 19th century. Unkempt. Disheveled.
And shoveled.
That means it's not being shoveled.
Shoveled.
I'm shoveled and kempt. I feel shoveled and kempt. I'm going out. I got a tuxedo on.
Was it Grant?
My hair down. Close. These people work with each other on a big endeavor. But you're right. Grant was very unkempt.
Sometimes. He was hammered.
Yeah.
Especially on campaign.
The answer to the question would have hired Grant for one of his more celebrated positions.
I have no idea.
Who would have hired Grant? What was one of the things Grant did before becoming president?
Civil War.
Yeah, and who would have hired him? Been in a position to hire him?
Lincoln.
Lincoln!
By the way, on the unkempt and disheveled, you can, in fact, be gruntled.
Gruntled.
You can be gruntled.
I read a story one time that was all with those words. It was hilarious.
Was that prizeworthy? Was that prizeworthy?
They're all prizeworthy.
All right.
Yes.
You get your pick of some ACC blank, any of these things, or two things of candy.
All right, one more. The last one.
Okay, I'll go.
Which president and his wife attended Napoleon's coronation at Notre Dame Cathedral?
Andrew Jackson.
No. No. This would have been about
1804.
20 years before.
20 years before Jackson.
2025, yeah.
Well, that's my question.
Just kidding. Help him out.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's before Andrew Jackson. He was number 7, right? Number 7 or 8? No, Martin Van Buren is 8, so he was 7. So, or 6.
He was one of our Virginia presidents.
Was it James Madison?
No, but you're very close.
Oh gosh.
Sure, some other Virginia folks. Probably the most famous Virginian.
The most famous Virginian is George
That
Washington.
wasn't a traitor.
George Washington wasn't a traitor.
Virginia's a nice place. I've been to D.C.
George Washington's a Virginian. Is it George Washington?
Allegedly, well, arguably. Maybe not too. Yeah, it's not Washington.
Oh, it's not Washington.
No. It's not Jefferson. I would have guessed Jefferson. but
Huh?
no.
Oh, no, it was Jefferson.
Adams. He said, what's it?
Not Adams. No, Adams was from Massachusetts.
Oh my God.
That's right. They were
James Monroe.
James Monroe! Do you want one more? Hold on.
No.
Go ahead. Pick
All right,
something.
Oh wait, I can pick anything?
Not my microphone, but anything else.
Oh, not the microphone. Okay.
What was the one? Oh,
Or just
okay,
nice
okay.
candy.
Yeah, this is a good one to know. Who was the first American?
I was like, are these glasses?
This is good. Yeah, they work.
Okay.
Who was the first American-born president?
Oh.
Meaning, like, not born in a British colony.
Well, somebody come up who wants to answer that question and win a prize.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
what do you
shy.
guys answer the question?
Draft them.
We see how it works. So let you kind of take a path to the answer. And it's limited to what, 46 people? Or not even that, 42 people. 40,
Yeah, so.
not even that. 30,
Yeah.
how many individuals?
All right, let's go.
How many
We
presidents do we have
decided
to
that
get?
this person could not have been president until 1811. You have to be 35, and we figured out what, since 35, starting with
You can
1770.
apply your logic skills here.
There you
too.
go. So this person would have been born after 1811.
After 1811. Born after 1811.
So that tells you we're looking
So that
at
means he's probably
1830,
president like at least by the 50s. So at least by Civil War.
Well, to use your other.
He would have been elected at, 1812, 1816, 20, 24, 25, 25.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Then I'm completely wrong.
The age is 35, but it's hard to call it a
Right.
president 74.
But he could not have been elected president prior to 1812.
Was it Martin Van Buren?
Yes!
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I suggest that we just have a, go
Excellent.
for all and just,
Free for all.
grab what you want.
Wait,
Wait, everyone can get a prize now?
Yes. Everybody gets prize.
What are we gonna do with this stuff?
Wait, Mr. Chance.
Yeah.
What
Go
president
get a
said I did not
Get a
have-
prize. Oh, sorry, that's,
The Meacham book is good.
I did not have.
you can't have my glasses.
No. I almost did. I'm sorry.
Computer.
Okay, okay.
I'll take
Oh, wait,
the
the
down
books.
pads.
Wow.
I brought them in here.
Books are
Yeah,
up.
books are up.
For
Yeah,
taking.
take them, take them, take them, take
But
them.
it's definitely better than this.
Thanks for
I needed some.
rolling President's Day for us.
It was